My friends, this was one of the biggest disappointments I've ever had in football. For those who are new to the channel now, I've already said several times that I'm a Borussia Dortmund fan and I wasn't even going to post anything today. I was going to try to take some time off to clear my mind, but I think it's fair to make a video talking about it. I love Borussia Dortmund and what the club represents to so many. The determination, the fanaticism, the passion. This club represents resilience, learning from pain and perseverance. Sometimes it's difficult to find words to describe how much I identify with the club and the players. Seeing that final at Wembley in 2013 was painful. Losing to Bayern Munich in a year that had everything going right was surreal. Seeing Bayern Munich winning the Bundesliga for 10 years was difficult. Dortmund have always had good teams, but they never reached their full potential. That's why I believe that all fans identify so much with Marco Reus, as he represents what the club is and what the fans feel. Watching today's game was a different feeling. I believe it wasn't as painful as last year's Bundesliga, incredibly, given the circumstances, but it was very disappointing to see a story as beautiful as Reus end like that, without the crown. That was missing. I think that, if Dortmund won this Champions League, Reus could be considered the greatest idol in the club's history alongside Ricken, Matthias Sammer, Karl Riedel, among others. I honestly don't know what level he is currently at, as achievements crown the reign and unfortunately it is over. It's frustrating as a fan to see Borussia season after season selling all the players who would potentially form an elite squad at the club itself. Lewandowski left Dortmund and won a Champions League. Gundogan left Dortmund and won a Champions League. Haaland left Dortmund and won a Champions League. Bellingham left Dortmund and won a Champions League, among many others over the years. It's frustrating. This season was an extremely positive surprise. Dortmund was precise in its signings and had an extremely solid team. Hummels was our best player of the season. Sancho came back playing very well. After so many years suffering with Berkey, we finally found a world elite goalkeeper. We had a team and a dream. In this final, we forgot the most important detail of this competition. If Real Madrid is on the other side, you can't go wrong. It's simple. And Dortmund made a lot of mistakes, and I'm not even talking about the goals conceded. The German team had several chances to open the scoring, several. When Adeyemi missed that chance against Courtois, I thought at the time, it won't happen today. At every moment of the game, tension was in the air. I would have bet that Real Madrid would impose themselves more, but it was completely the opposite. Dortmund played better in the first half, and we went into the second half with a very bitter taste. We did everything you can't do against Real Madrid, and I even commented on this in a previous video. Borussia would have to play a perfect game, and the more chances were missed, the more perfection got further away. Real Madrid are a treacherous team, and boy, how true is that? When Reus entered the match, I thought, the script is written. There are 20 minutes left before the game ends. He comes in and scores the title goal. However, it was completely the opposite. Shortly after this substitution, Dortmund received a header from one of the Spanish team's smallest players. Carvajal, and I want to extol the greatness of this player, was leading the Madrid team's 15th Champions League. And what about the second goal? Maatsen, one of Dortmund's best players of the season, had been playing well until then, and simply signed the team's own death certificate. Dortmund played well, generally speaking, but against Real Madrid, playing well is not enough. You are playing against an invisible force that conspires in their favor. They own the competition. I'm really sad about this. I think it's in my top 3 biggest football disappointments, second only to the 2018 and 2022 World Cups. After the Wembley final ghost against Bayern, today we find another ghost to haunt us. The day we almost became champions of the Champions League. The day Reus almost entered the gallery of European champions. The day Hummels almost redeemed himself. The day the much-criticized Sancho almost became a legend and silenced all his haters from Manchester United. Yes, it was the almost day. Football hardly offers second chances. Hardly. Messi had his second chance in the World Cup, and he didn't waste it. Dortmund had their second chance and created a new ghost. I love this sport, but sometimes it can be very cruel. That's it. Short video, just a rant. This final really made me very sad. But football is like that, and we will always have a new tomorrow.